Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by A.G. Hines Company. If you are starting a home improvement project that you want to do yourself, start the project with a trip to A.G. Hines Company. They have 100 years of knowledge to share, plus they've been supplying the area's best building materials and tools since your great-great-granddad was building an outhouse. That's how long A.G. Hines Company has been around. Their materials are second to none, I promise you. Their customer service is second to none. You go there once, you'll go there again and again because you'll love them. Downtown Knoxville, right on Hines Street, aghines.com, A.G. Hines Company. All right, take a look here. Baseball America put out some tournament projections this week. They project the Knoxville Regional, hosted by Tennessee, will be number 1 seed Tennessee, followed by UConn, Wake Forest. How about that? John Curry's team would come over here and face the coach he hired. And for Army, which I didn't realize Army had good baseball, but I guess it makes sense they could. I think Neyland played baseball.
He still holds some records there
that's
in baseball.
Interesting. And then the lower-seeded regional hosts, I put them there because if these guys win, if this is who gets the lower-seeded regionals and they win, this is who Tennessee would face in a super regional, one of those 3-game sets to get to Omaha. Gonzaga, Maryland, LSU, A&M, Southern Miss. Vince, we talked about it. Tennessee's loaded. They've had a spectacular year. Double elimination tournament, though. I mean, it's sports. You have 2 bad days. You had 2 bad days at Kentucky and lost a series.
Right.
For this great team. It happens. It could happen at this tournament. When you look at that projection, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, the Knoxville Regional is tough, and I've seen other projections that even if they're different teams, they've also had tough teams. UConn is top 3 in the country in pitching and ERA. They're also really hit. They have a 400 hitter. Wake Forest is one of the top offensive teams in the country. They're like 2nd in batting average, 6th in home runs. So they can really hit. They're really good in a very competitive ACC. So that would be a tough 2-3. The difference is last year you had a really good Wright State that had no business being on the 4 line that you wouldn't have to deal with as tough a 4 team in Army. I think out of all the teams that could potentially meet in a super regional, the one team I would not want to see on that list is Texas A&M. Texas A&M has won 6 straight series in the Southeastern Conference. Really hit. They have the best batting average in SEC games. And Jim Schlossnagle has come over from TCU. He led TCU to 5 College World Series. So I would be afraid.
Vince, you don't have to tell anybody at the table about Jim Schlossnagle.
Sloshy.
We all know a lot about Schlossnagle.
Sloshy.
But I don't think they're going to be in a position in the 16 overall seed to be a potential super regional opponent. So I think you're safe there. You just don't want the teams that have a lot of experience and really good, like Virginia's and Stanford's, Georgia Tech's, to get into that 16 spot.
All right, let's turn now. Let's take a look at DraftKings has their odds. It's amazing. Odds are out for College World Series now. You can bet on anything. The men's College World Series, you see that Tennessee plus 400 to win the whole thing. That's the best odds in the country. The women, Tennessee in the top 10. The Lady Vols are at plus 2,500. Oklahoma, the clear favorite there on the women's side. Chuck, you're the degenerate gambler here. I shouldn't say that.
I'm just degenerate.
You're a degenerate gambler. Your thoughts on the odds here for the men's and women's?
Well, when you look at the men's, Tennessee obviously is the favorite. Getting the number 1 overall seed is huge. When I look at that, when you look on down, the Texas schools, Louisville's playing much better. Miami's having a good season. I would be leery of any kind of matchup with Miami down the road. But Oregon State has the pitching to get, and that's what I really look for in these kind of tournaments, John. So, I mean, you like the fact that Tennessee is up there and going to be playing at home. On the women's side, you don't even really expect the Lady Vols to advance out of Knoxville when you look at that. And it's almost always on the women's. You look at Oklahoma, if they can get back, it's almost like a home tournament for them. So, on the men's side, if I had to look at somebody on there, Notre Dame would be a school that could give some. They almost went and beat Mississippi State at Mississippi State last year. I would like their odds. And then you also get those Grand Canyons, and I put down Dallas Baptist that are wild cards that can be good long odd bets on something like this.
Here, let's pull a Chuck Cavaleris for Jim Thompson, your friend, who went to played at Dallas Baptist.
Dallas Baptist, that's where he played at, yes.
You're not the only one who can just, I dropped the name. All right, hope Jim appreciated that. He doesn't watch. All right, next, what do bookmakers have to say about Vol football? The over-unders are out, and my goodness, there's a lot of love for the Vols. Is it too much? We'll debate that next on the Sports Source. Come on back.